Okay, so your DuinoKit finally arrived and you're wondering what to do with it. Well, let's open up the cover and take a look. Okay, so you open up your DuinoKit and you'll notice a few things. First of all, a little Wordle, which has everybody's name and location, where they were from the Kickstarter supporters. Thank you very much for helping this project happen. Also, there's a very short paper here. This is also the same as the Start Here PDF file that's on the thumb drive. This goes through and explains the thumb drive a little bit, which files you'll see, and also getting the Arduino environment running up on your computer. The PDF file by Earthshine Studio called the Arduino Starter Kit Manual is a great manual. It's one of the best ones that I've found so far, with projects and also explanations not only of how the Arduino works, but also of basic electronics. I thought it was well written and well done. I would love to convert that to match 100% to the DuinoKit. There's a little step there, but I think we can make that leap and get some stuff happening. So kind of a little reference, you can look through that. It's also got some PDF files on there, so you can just start looking for more projects. But let me explain to you the sample project that we have built in. And what I'm going to do, since it's already built up with wires, I'm going to simply plug in this USB to my computer, and that's going to supply power to my current project. And you'll see a couple little flash light, and it should pop up, say, Inspire and Invent, and start running seconds for you. This little knob here is a contrast level knob, so if it goes kind of funky or you can't see it, you'll turn that. That might have to be adjusted as the voltage level changes in your system, and I'll show you why that might happen in just a minute or two. The project that you see here is the very first project on the thumb drive under the starter programs that you'll see. It's a 1602 Inspire and Invent. And I included in the code, which is a very good thing to do, a little explanation of the wiring, how these projects are built, so that way you can rebuild it and adapt it for whatever you're trying to do next. One thing I would like to do is, I already put a 9-volt battery in here, and there's a power switch on the back side. If you flip that switch, you'll notice a little green light by the front of your battery will light up, showing you that the power is on. Oh, hold on. There we go. And what that will do is, taking 9 volts from the battery, is running it through some voltage regulators to produce 5 volts and 3.3 volts that you might need for your projects. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to very quickly wire the board to pull power from the battery. It won't hurt if you run this in conjunction with the USB cable. It'll pull whatever voltage is the best and run your processor from it. So what I'm going to do, usually it doesn't matter what color wires, usually use black and red to hook up power. However, I can't find a black wire, so I'm just going to take a ground, which is this whole back rail here, and on this side, notice these are all connected to the word ground on the back. And I'm going to take a ground pin, and I'm going to hook it here on ground. Oops, second one down. I know these are small, but it's microelectronics. And I'm going to take 9 volts. You can run your Arduino board up to 12 volts without any sort of voltage regulator. The reason I put these on here is if you're running motors or something else, it's nice to have a 5.5 or a 3 volts, because if you draw touch current through your Arduino, it resets. It really won't hurt it, but it won't run right, and you'll notice that. Then I'm going to take this 9 volt and I'm going to drop it in the VIN for voltage in pin here, and you might notice a slight change in your display. And as I do that, because the voltage is getting a little bit higher amps directly from the battery, which is okay. And I'm going to adjust my contrast knob so it shows up better. And you've now gone battery powered. I can unplug this USB cable, and you're still running completely self-contained. You can do that for any project that you want. Just run the wires to the voltage in and ground, or run it to the ground and the voltage in over here. All of these wires here are connected to here. This is a shield layout, which we'll explain as we do some other projects. If you want to add in other components or have a special shield you want to put on, I'll put that footprint in there so you can work directly with that with the DuinoKit. So, that's the very first project. What I encourage you to do is to open up through the Arduino environment that first program, that 1602 Inspire and Invent, and look through the code and look at how these wires, it's telling you kind of how the wires run. You know, the ground goes to VSS. One thing you will notice on some of these kits is some of them, I went and I covered up the VSS with a little paint marker right here. I think it's under that wire. and I put a negative line, that's the ground. VSS is another code for ground, how you wire it in electronics. And if you're wondering what some of these parts do or what some of these things do, you can always Google it. You know, I typed in electronics meaning of VSS and popped up a real quick explanation. So on some of the kits I've wired that out and I've put a little minus sign on there indicating it was ground. And I also had to make a little correction here because I got a couple of the words in the wrong order. This is a tricolor LED. It has red, green, and blue built into one bulb. And I had the words in the wrong place, so I covered up with a paint marker, so I think that was straightforward. But other than that, I think it'll be a good working kit, and I'm looking forward to seeing the projects you build and also helping you build projects on it. So I'm going to hit real quick in the middle of your Arduino processor, hit the reset button. That will restart my Arduino processor. It restarts my count to 0 and counting my seconds up. And I think that will conclude the first project, and I'm going to help you with a few others and get you started as we go along here. So hope you enjoy your DuinoKit, and be sure you post projects as we go along and show me what you're building. Bye-bye.